Okay, Bismillah. Talk number 3. Compromise. Okay, and it's shining in the mirror, it's shining in the light. Compromise. Every relationship, people are going to have to compromise on both sides. There's always going to be compromise. There's always going to be things that you end up doing that you didn't want to do, or things that you did want to do you end up not doing. Okay? The trick is to find a person that's worth that compromise, or a compromise. Okay, some people get so stuck in their ways they never want to compromise. Some people are so selfish they don't realize that they're taking all the compromises from the other person and making none themselves, so the other person feels underappreciated and overwhelmed. So compromise is a part of a relationship. It's a two-way street. Both of you should compromise, and you should both be sensible about it. You should both have a mindset of let's give and take a bit here with this. Okay, there's certain compromises that certain people are not prepared to make, so don't marry them if you know. Okay, so what I would suggest is something, you know, that what I would do if I was looking, I would write, once I'd met, let's say that I've met the sister a few times, we're going out for coffee, we're going out for a walk in the park, we'd all do etiquettes and everything else. I would write down a list of three columns. Okay, in the first column I would write down everything that I liked about that person, their religion, their smile, their personality, their cleanliness, I don't know, whatever it was. I would write down a column of everything that I liked. Then I would write down in the next column things that I weren't cool about, that I didn't like that much, but they didn't matter. There was compromises that were easily for me to make. Right? It could be anything. I mean, it could be that person, for example, has told me that they don't cook or they don't like cooking. That's not a big deal. I can cook. You know what I mean? So certain compromises that they're easy for me to make, I can live with them. Okay. Then in the third column, I write down something or whatever it is about that person that I can't live with, or I don't like. I can't. That's not a compromise I can live with. I can't do that. Okay. And you've got to make that list with the understanding that that person won't change. Don't marry someone thinking that, don't worry, I'll change them. I'll change that person into something different, or make them more how I want them. Okay? That person you have to, maybe you're changing, but that person you have to assume is not going to change. Because what if you marry them and they don't change? And that thing that you couldn't live with, that thing that you couldn't compromise, whatever it might be for you, is still there. That's that poison, that drop of poison in the glass of water that you can't keep living with. You can't keep ingesting it. Okay? So when you make that list, if there's anything in that third column, they're probably not for you. That's probably not the person that you should marry. Okay? Because you must assume, like I said, that they are not going to change. The worst thing you could do is marry someone thinking that you're going to change them into someone else, because that may not happen. It probably won't happen. Okay? So when it comes to compromise, accept that there will be. Live with the ones you can live with. But if there's something that you can't live with, try and find that out and be honest about it before. Because if there's anything in that third column and you're adamant that that's something that you can't deal with, that you can't compromise, and it could be anything, it's going to be different for different people, you need to really think about that marriage. You need to really think of that person, because I'm telling you now, if that thing in that third column that you can't live with stays there, that relationship is going to struggle. Okay? So compromise, huge part of a relationship, huge part of the understanding of two people sharing their lives together, and try and find that person that you're happy to compromise for in certain ways. Certain things you can't compromise, like your religion. Okay, these things are known. Before someone texts, you shouldn't compromise. We know you shouldn't compromise your religion, okay? I'm talking more of a personal level, innit? Okay? People, that's talk number 4. Thanks for listening. Knowledge beats zero. Love beats hate. Peace.